In this podcast and beyond, what I always like to bring to you are out of ordinary practices that are helping you to be more effective, more impactful, and successful leader that create really engaged and thriving and collaborative and connected organizations and teams. And of course, is fulfilled, happy, joyful, balanced in life. And one of these practices, one of these I call conscious practices that I want to share with you today is the practice of manifestation. And I really see it as such, as an out of ordinary conscious practice, which really is connected with leading intentionally and transforming from within, which is actually part of this process. And maybe even demystify, what a manifestation is not, because I believe we have a lot of biases connected with it. It's far more than just positive thinking. And my intention is to help you understand that practice better, get an overview or get really a sense of what the process actually is about, how you can bring these practices and why actually they will benefit you. And of course, I hope that I leave you inspired to start embracing this very, very transformational practice that I have definitely brought to myself and to my clients that I work with. And, as a transformational executive and leadership team coach, I really like to bring those out of ordinary practices and with an intention to help you or help any leader and team to go to desired next level and evolve and rise in your leadership, with your team, with your organization, and in your life. So let us go into that. Why manifestation? Well, maybe let me start by saying that you are manifesting 24/7, all the time. And there are only two ways you manifest, either consciously or unconsciously. And for most of us, we are unconscious manifestors. We are not aware that we are not aware. And so I was as well in my 15 years in a corporate world where I spent a long time and, in a very process-based industry and automotive industry and procurement. I have been unconsciously manifesting my reality for most of my time in a corporate world and experiencing frustrations, doubts, and resistance, sometimes even slow career progress, which I hoped would have been a little bit faster in some points. And I was in this paradigm of working hard, of focusing of what I need to do more so that I can achieve more, and compromising sometimes my time, my well-being, time with my family, and definitely not experiencing each time presence or being present during vacation or during weekends or during, time when I was off work. And that was my paradigm. And I know that paradigm was not only my paradigm. Quite a lot of leaders are in this, and quite a lot of people are living in that so-called working paradigm, or I would say we're stuck in it. We're stuck in this paradigm. Some of us come at some points to question it, of how far we can go. I started to question it many years back. We are absolutely not aware that actually there is a different way of creating what we really want to create, of achieving even more with more ease, with more joy, with more flow and alignment with who we really truly are. And this is where manifestation is actually coming into this practice as conscious, intentional, transformational practice that I discovered and embraced in the last years. I knew about it already for some time, but I truly immersed myself into that and understood its depth in the last years when I am, navigating my entrepreneurship journey, where I also equipped myself with coaches that helped me walk through this path and embrace this and many other conscious practices, transformative practices that really fuel my life, fuel my business, fuel my leadership, and the way I serve also my clients. And with that intention, I want to share it with you too. So one of the stakes that I discovered that is directly linked with manifestation is the fact that 80% of our leadership success, effectiveness, impact is actually depending on the way how we lead our inner world, how we lead the world inside of us, which is complex. And there are a lot of beliefs, emotions, thoughts crossing our mind. There is this whole world of conscious, subconscious going on. And well, to 95%, we go through life led from our subconscious mind. Most of us are walking through this life either unaware or not spending enough time into really taking the driver's seat, I call, of our inner world and learning or expanding, unleashing, harnessing all the resources that we have within each of us, because we are really manifestors every day and we are powerful creators of our own reality. And so when I say of our own reality, we are manifesting the good and the bad. When I look back into my life now with, the lens of what I know about manifestation and embodiment, intentionality, consciousness, all of that, I can clearly see where I have been unconsciously that time manifesting what I want and realizing what I want. And definitely coming to Dubai was one of it. And I can clearly see where I was completely unaware and I would have benefited to have this process where I was struggling. I was struggling in some periods of my leadership, in leading my team to greatness and being that empathic, inspirational leader myself. And that was not because of the lack of skills and the lack of knowledge. That was because of lack of what I know today, lack of conscious awareness and practices like manifestation that would have probably helped me to embrace it in a different way. And that's what I can do today by sharing that awareness with you so that you can get out of your struggles faster. So here is what I want you to know about what manifestation is. Manifestation is a conscious practice that is helping us to bring the goals, visions, intentions into our reality, into our life with much more ease, with much more flow and faster. Manifestation is based on this understanding that our reality is a mirror, is a direct reflection of the world inside of us. And it is a direct reflection of who we are in a nutshell, of our identity. And manifestation is also based on this very strong belief that we do not manifest what we want, but who we truly are, who we are being in the moment, and what is the energy that we are radiating actually based on that identity. Manifestation is definitely linked with harnessing the power of our mind and helping us to actually rewire some of our subconscious programming that we're having, helping us with this intentional and focused practice to notice and bring more of what we want. And by that, also change a composition in our brain and all of different neural pathways to connect, creating different experiences, different thoughts, different emotions, and fostering different behaviors of ourselves. And thirdly, manifestation allows us to harness on the power of energy. Now, quantum physics has discovered that everything at the subatomic level is energy. So everything is energy. We are energy, and every object is energy. Our thoughts are energy, beliefs, goals, visions, emotions, everything has energy. And actually, we are surrounded by an infinite connected world of energy, or field of energy, which we sometimes call universe. And sometimes we refer it as God, to whatever, also base of your spiritual practice you come from. But in essence, it's energy. And so does anything else vibrate. Your phone is also having an energetic frequency and vibration. And knowing that is crucial because when we are manifesting, we want to align our energy, our energy of ourselves with that desired energy of that vision, that intention, that goal that we want to bring into our lives. In other words, manifest. And in a work of Joe Dispenza, we know that everything what you desire, everything that calls you in already pre-exists on vibrational level. And that's what this manifestation also help you with. It's like to pull that potentiality into your reality. So those are the things I want you to know, first of all, about manifestation. One is that it's a conscious process helping you to realize what you really, really want with more ease flow and faster. Two, I want you to know that it is about harnessing a power of your mind. Three, I want you to know that it's harnessing a power of energy that is very, very powerful. And finally, your reality is a reflection of who you are, of your identity, of who you are in the core, of your world inside of you. And this is on that level that change needs to happen so that you can bring to your life what you really want and realize your vision, your dreams, your objectives in your business as you want. So what are the benefits of manifestation? Well, very first benefit is that you can realize your vision, your goals, your intentions much faster and with more ease. And I'm talking about any type of possible intention, goal, and vision. It can be either building your business to the next level. It can be about evolving your team to the next level. It can be about wanting to be more happy, fulfilled, and joyful, or even buying a house. There are limitless possibilities of what you can create with more ease and joy through manifestation process, and smash that hard working part with much more ease, with much more lightness, and much more joy. The second is that you become much more innovative, much more creative, and also more present in how you go through your life and more joyful thanks to that. Obviously, third, you are expanding your potential because you are tapping to something that you untapped before, not only with to resources within yourself, to harnessing of the power of your mind, harnessing of the power of energy, and co-creating with the universe. It's just expanding your potential to levels that you haven't imagined before. And lastly, it has an impact to your well-being and your fulfillment. So you actually consciously connect more with yourself and carve more time for yourself, and also choose for actions that really lead you to be more fulfilled, more happy, and more joyful, and with replenished energy. So what do you think would be possible for you if you could access and leverage on this transformational power of conscious manifesting? What do you think would you gain for yourself as a leader and maybe in your life? What do you think would be possible if you could bring more of those conscious manifestation practices to your life? At that point, you maybe start to asking yourself a question. How do I embrace this practice of manifestation? What does this process even look like? What do I need to start doing? What do I need to stop doing? So let me guide you through 3 things. 1, about intentional focus. 2, about inner alignment. And 3, about actions that you will need to start taking so that you can really embrace that practice and become a master manifestor. So obviously, the very first stepping stone here is to know what you really want and why. And as we say, know what and why and leave the rest to the universe, right? And when I say so, obviously, I mean knowing what's your vision, what's your really, really desire deep down, aligned with your values, aligned with your purpose, aligned with your true self, and obviously your potential. And if you don't know yet, where do you want to go? What is that you envision for yourself and with your organization? then on my website, www.extraordinaryleadership.com, you can find a resource for crafting your holistic vision that can help you exactly with that, because you need to start with knowing what you want. And sometimes answering that question can be a challenge. And I know it. I've been there too. And that is why I have created this powerful self-paced program that you can take at your own pace and ask yourself those deeper questions to get those meaningful answers and shape your future, because that's how you shape your reality, by having a vision, by knowing what you really, really, truly want holistically as a leader and in your life. And that intentional focus you can also bring to starting your day, to knowing how you want to experience your day and what you want to celebrate at the end of your day and how do you want to feel in your day. Step number 1, focus on create your vision and be intentional in every engagement, starting with your day. The second practice is about inner alignment. Remember, I said that everything is energy, and your vision, your intention, your goal that you want to manifest is at certain energical, vibrational frequency, different than where you are now. And so the job in manifesting is to create a match to that energy, create a match to the energy of your vision. And what is actually behind the scene is creating a match to who you need to become, to that version of yourself, with that version of you who already created that vision, created that goal, realized that intention, whatever you're seeking. That is all about an inner alignment, is an energetic match. And in this alignment process of creating energetical match, feeling is very important. It's beyond thinking what you want, beyond envisioning that just simply in your mind of what you want. It's about feeling that. It's about experiencing that what you want. It's about embodying that what you want. And this is in alignment with what I said before as well, that we manifest who we are and not what we want. That's why we need to make ourselves the energetic match. In other words, identity match to that version of ourselves that already realized all of that. So for example, if you want to be more confident leader or unshakable leader, but you feel inside not confident, your work, your inner work will be on creating that alignment with that vision, will be on strengthening that connection. If you seek to bring your business to the next level, or bring your team and organization to the next level, imagine realizing that it will give you certain feelings, certain emotion. Maybe you will feel more confident, more proud, more powerful, more unstoppable. Maybe that's how you're going to feel when you get there. Or maybe you want to be more confident and authentic leader. That makes you feel more powerful and happy and joyful and relaxed when you realize that, right? So whichever is the intention, if this is what and this is how, you will have certain feeling. And it's about your vision have a feeling. And it is making yourself a match with that version of yourself. So what I love to bring to my clients are activating meditations that are really, really, I notice, powerful. And especially, working on a subconscious level, rewiring many of our limiting beliefs and aligning them with those that really match with the identity of who we want to become and what we want to manifest and realize in our lives. Another very, very powerful practice is being surrounded with other like-minded leaders, people that are visionary, people that are aspiring and, to realize bigger visions and also are together in this journey of becoming, embodying, aligning themselves to manifest what they truly want. And Why is that important? Because basically, this is where you swim in collective energy of those visionary people. And, everything is energy. So we are communicating, connecting, and impacting each other in a way. We influencing each other. And being in a group, being together with other people in this journey who are sharing the same purpose and are, driven, visionary, basically elevating the vibrations in the room. And so this inner alignment, remember, is all about making yourself a match to the desired intention, vision, and goal. And what is behind the scene is embodiment, powerful transformational embodiment process. You are being that version that has already realized everything what you want. By that, you are channeling different types of intuitive actions and ideas and the ways of steps along the journey, and being surrounded by like-minded people that are on this journey like you basically are more inspired and supported into taking those inspired actions that are coming along the way from this conscious process of connecting yourself with a vision. Now, the third thing and the last thing what I wanted to share are what are those concrete actions that we take in this process of conscious manifesting our reality with more ease and flow and bringing what we really, really want to our lives and to our organizations. And I already mentioned a few of them in the previous processes. And one of them is creating your vision and, activating this process actually by creating your vision of being very clear on what you want and why. Number two is about inner alignment. So the second practice you will need to establish is a practice or habit of connecting with your vision. They are very important in this process of inner alignment. And this can be by envisioning, by journaling, by activations and meditations. There are many different ways. But the most important thing is to create this conscious practice of connecting yourself on a daily basis with that vision, intention, and goal, and feeding into that and putting yourself in that state of living already that vision, being already that vision here and now, because that is the big, big fuel to manifestation, following the belief that you remanifest and you realize who you are, not what you want. The third important thing that you will need to develop is also develop this ability to listen to your inner voice and hear the nudges, hear the inspirations of which actions to take, because manifestation is a very intuitive process. Remember, we are tapping here to a higher mind in this process. And this part of our mind is acting differently. It's not acting as our logical, conscious mind. And it brings us the information and inspiration in a different way. So we need to learn how to listen to these little nudges that we are getting when we are connecting with what we want. We are connecting and embracing that vision that are showing up along the way. We need to also learn how to distinguish that from our mind sabotage, because very often we can be actually confused with this very, very sneaky voice who tries to protect us and telling us maybe sometimes that you are not ready yet, or this is not going to work, or you are not meant for that, or whatever it is. So learning how to distill this voice and listen to these nudges is another capability that you will need to develop in order to really manifest effectively, because it's those nudges that are going to bring you inspired actions and most effective and highly potential ideas that you want to take along the way, because they will actually allow you to realize your vision or goals in the fastest way. And of course, the next will be to take your actions, right? To take those inspired and sometimes bold, sometimes scary, sometimes illogical action. One of the biggest inspired action that maybe felt illogical at that time, but has been bigger than any fears and logic was, of course, for me, step out of a corporate world and start my own business. That time, I didn't have a clue of how I'm going to, do what I'm doing now and how I'm going to develop a business. I haven't had a clue of so many things. I have just been coming out of a corporate world, not knowing how to navigate an entrepreneurship world. So I needed to tame my ego and my sabotaging mind that was telling me many different things to protect me from taking that bigger step, and allowed me to move on and step into the vision and bigger potential of myself. So sometimes these inspired actions are as big as this one. Sometimes there will be a smaller, much more simpler actions that you have not thought about, or your logical mind didn't think about it yet, and you will get a lot of these nudges along the way, and you need to develop the ability to catch them, and you need to develop the ability to execute on them. And for that, obviously, reducing the mind sabotage is another ability that you will need to develop in order to not hold yourself back from taking these actions that, your intuition and your higher mind is suggesting you, which are the best ways to realize your vision. Another thing that's along this way you will need to develop is you will need to learn how to detach from this vision, this outcome, this goal that you really, really pursue and aspire, and instead focus on enjoying the process and trusting this journey, trusting your intuition, trusting whatever nudges and ideas you are getting, and trusting taking those bolder steps for yourself that are going to propel you to come to realize what you want, because that require, of course, to deepening trust within yourself, deepening trust in something bigger than yourself, deepening trust in a process, and sometimes even surrendering to some bigger actions. Take courageous steps. Observing yourself and reflecting is another one that I mentioned already in another episode. Observing what is really going on, because simply whatever is our reality is a reflection of ourselves. So the ability to observe what's going on in our life and what's going on within ourselves is a conscious practice to see where we need to shift, where we need to grow into, what we need to change. And that is really one of the powerful habits that you want definitely to embrace. And the final advice and piece of advice of what you will really, really help you in embracing manifestation is to be guided in this process and surrounded with the people that are on this journey together with you. Because I cannot express the gratitude to my coach and coaches, because I had several that brought that awareness and that process practices in its own different way and helped me to experience them, that I am doing what I'm doing now and where I am now, and can actually share with you that experience in this podcast episode. And that is really, really invaluable, because in some parts of this journey of manifesting and becoming and realizing our vision and aligning ourselves with that version of ourselves we want to become, there will be challenges. There will be challenges. And those challenges are our opportunities and gifts into transformation from within, into stepping into a greater potential and being our best, absolute best self as leaders, and bringing us truly what we desire, liberating ourselves from what doesn't serve us anymore, and being more joyful, more positive, more fulfilled, more free, and creating, manifesting, realizing what we really, really want with far more ease and joy. And that what concludes this episode about manifestation. You may be asking yourself at this moment, this manifestation process is a bit more complex than what I thought. And is it really worth to immerse myself in it? Well, if that's your question, then I first of all want to say absolutely yes. It's absolutely worth it, because just think about it. It gives you a chance to become the absolutely best version of yourself, that if you are driven and want to be an extraordinary leader, you have that in yourself. And if you want to make a bigger impact, you already know that that's the premise of it. And also ultimately that process lead you to expand your potential and to, at the end, live your full life or live your life from fullness and in alignment with your authentic and true self. And I really, really hope this episode brought you more awareness about what manifestation is about and inspiration to discover more about it or dedicate yourself more to this practice or start this process to explore this process. And if it is so, well, embody extraordinarily from within, definitely embody this practice, because quite a lot what is in this program and based in my practice is obviously integrating conscious manifestation practices that I explained to you today. And so if you're interested, go on my website and check it out. If you like this conversation, please do let me know what do you take away from this episode, what it inspired you for. And sign up if you haven't signed up yet, or involve or invite other people as well to join this show so that we can together spread this message, reach more leaders. And of course, that helps me to create more of those type of episodes and spread with you more and bring you more of from my toolbox to you so that you can elevate your leadership, be more successful, impactful, and effective leader, and of course, personally thrive. Thank you for watching and see you next time.